Yo guys, it's Rob. This is my first video what I'm going to be doing for my winter campaign down on my local club lake. I lost one early this morning. I got snagged up in weed and bad luck. It ended up coming off. It was my own fault. I put lead clip system on a bit too tight on the tail rubber end, so the lead didn't eject, and I must have dived down into the weed bed. But well, at least it shows that they are feeding. But I had nothing for a good few hours now. I've had a few knocks, but nothing exciting. And if you're looking for some new hooks or want to try some different terminal tackle, I'm a consultant for Stronghold tackle. They've got all sorts: anti-snag, curve shank, wide gape choddies, choddy hooks, wide gapes, crank offset points, and quite a few different stuff, to be honest. These are just a few packets. I will be doing a proper review at some point. It might be in this video, I'm not sure. But I'm all cramped in my bivvy at the minute because it started raining earlier. It wasn't a downpour, but just one of them horrible showers. But sorry about that. So I just had, my line went a bit slack. I thought I got a backdrop, but nothing's happening yet. I'm fishing a bit, about 2 rod lengths out. When I come down last weekend, I meant to have done a video last weekend, but weather was just horrible. It was too cold, and then it started peeing it down and everything. But yeah, 2 rod lengths out, cast it out, felt it down, and it went clunk. I thought, nice little spot. But where I'm fishing in summer, you couldn't fish this peg. It was covered in weed. But now I've got all decent tackle in that now for actually like PVA bag systems and all that crap. I can actually fish in. I can fish in it now as well in summer. So hopefully I might be able to sneak one out because they're always in there. But I've managed to find a gap today, unless it's cleared up. I don't know. But went down with a clonk, so I line clipped it up, just with bare lead. Scraped it across bottom. No weed, so I rewound and recast it out, felt it down again, same spot, clunk. Did it other way, and it went into a bit of weed, but it's not actually that bad. It's probably, I don't know because I'm not an expert, but it's probably, I don't know, probably just a bit smaller than a bin lid. I don't know, I ain't got a clue. So I don't do marker float, I don't use marker floats or anything like that. I just cast out and outfit best really with bare lead and see what I can feel. But I've only just started doing that as well, so. But other than that, it's just a waiting game. I'm using a Ronnie rig, what my mate Colin did for me, because I didn't have any stuff, and he helped me out and actually sent me some as well, so cheers Colin. But if you want to look at Stronghold, just look them up on Facebook. And I think this will actually be on YouTube at some point. So if it does end up on YouTube, hi YouTube, and the link will be down in the description. But yeah, tonight quite a nice date now. It's overcast, lake's murky as anything, but we had a very big downpour a couple of days ago when everything flooded and everything, and so I don't know if fish have moved into, there's a part of the lake behind what's not fishable, but there's a load of water in there and everything, so they can hide up in there. But I'm just keeping my hopes up that I don't end up getting a bite. But other than that, nothing's really happening. Just sat here having a fag, got my barra behind me. But in a few little bits, I'm going to tie some PVA bags up in a bit. I'm going to cast over to some lilies, see if it's over there, but at a minute I'm just going to leave it here for another hour or two and then see what happens. I'm using Ledco, what is actually meant for chod rigs, but I'm using like an helicopter sort of setup with a Ronnie rig with a bit of putter to try and pin it down a bit better. But one of the eyes how it goes, innit? But yeah, I shall see you in a bit, and hopefully with a carp or a fish at least. See you soon. Yo guys, I'm back. I'm getting a lot of action at the minute. My rigs just aren't hooking it. I've had dropbacks, I've had fucking all sorts. Just absolutely nothing. I don't know what's going on down there, but there's definitely 100% fish where I'm fishing. I've had knockbacks, I've had little ticks where the line just shoots forward a bit. I've had all sorts, but I'm not bringing it in yet. I'm going to leave it another half an hour. And if they are feeding, they might be feeding on bottom. So they might have just been line bites or something like that. I don't actually know, but I might want it bottom, just so I've got a bit more of a chance of actually hooking something. But up to yet, I'm just having knocks. So fingers crossed, I might actually fucking get something. So I'm on a serious blank at the moment. And I mean a serious blank. I've not had a carp out of my club water this year yet, but I've always ended up sneaking one out this time of year, or January sort of time, in proper winter time. I've always ended up catching one. But I might end up switching to sweet corn and a pop-up sweet corn, just to try and make a bit of a wafter or something. I have got wafters on there, but I can't be bothered to redo my rig, if I'm honest, because it's just times ago I've just had a rate knock. But other than that, it's just a waiting game now, boys. Just a waiting game. So yeah, fingers crossed I'll be back in a bit with a fish. Yo guys, quick update. Seems how we're getting them dropbacks and liney bites sort of things. My theory is that they were either feeding a bit closer in to where my bait were, just odd little fish or little carp might have been trying to take bait. So I reeled in, checked my hook bait, and there's a few little bits knocked out in it, so that could have been perch or out really. But what I've done, took a bit of putty off it, tested it in margin, and it's hanging, so it's like that, the Ronnie rig. So the hook's here, but it's bent over, and bait's here, if you know what I mean. So when carp actually comes and grabs it, hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll actually fucking hook it this time. I'm using a sticky bait, bright white pop-up, the signature range, and then for bottom baits I'm using RG baits, Robin Red and Plum boilies, 15 mils. Then I'm scattering a bit of sweet corn around it as well, so I'm going to switch to sweet corn at some point. But other than that, I've had nothing as yet. I've only been in water again for about 5 minutes, if that. But at the minute, there's nothing. Sun's just come out as well, so fingers crossed they might actually come on even better now. But as the saying goes, it's fishing. Better than being stuck in the house. If I'm stuck in the house, I'd rather be at work. I'm just waiting now. I'm fishing slack lines as well. I'm using, I think if I remember rightly, it's 12-pound fluorocarbon. That purple line from Witchwood or wherever you pronounce it. I'm using lead core to a size 8 wide gape shoddy. No, I don't know what hooks he used. I think it's curved shank, I think. But I'm not 100% sure, I can't remember. Then on my other rod, I'm just using a feeder with a 4.5-inch hook link to a size 8. Size 8. I think it's a curved shank. I'm not sure. Can't remember. With 2 pieces of sweet corn on it, and I'm just mixing up. I've just mixed up some more ground bait, which is spicy meat from Sonia Baits and bloodworm from Sonia Baits. I've just mixed in a bit of my homemade goo, which is lemon and chilli flavour, and it's actually pretty good. I've had it. I just started trying to make it a couple of days ago, and it is actually sort of, it smokes, but that's because it's powder based. My next batch I'm going to use liquid. I've got some RG Baits liquid food, so I'm going to put some of that in, see if that does anything better. But at the minute, there's just nothing. As I said earlier, I'm fishing about a rod and a half length out now. I've come a bit closer in, and a bit more into the middle of my swim than to the right of me. Then my other rod's next to a bit of lilies, just a bit past them. But other than that, I've had nothing on my left hand rod at the minute. It's been on my right hand rod, my actual carp rod. But it's time, yeah, I've got another, what time is it? About another 4 hours left, something like that, before I pack up. So, fingers crossed, in the meantime, I should hopefully get a bite. Peace. Yo guys, I'm back. Nothing as yet. It's been basically an hour since I last seen you all. I've had no knocks or anything. I haven't seen any signs of fish since the sun's been out. It's just dead. But we'll have some dinner in a minute. Bailiffs and that have just been down. They're going over and cutting out grass and that on the other side. Seems I'm fishing here, so. But yeah, just changed all my rigs and that about. I'll show you them in a bit, what I'm actually using and stuff. It's a bit cramped in here, but I've had no knocks on my feed rod at all. Nothing. I've switched to double sweet corn on that as well, so I mean fresh corn. Well, I'm going to change my rig on my carp rod to a bottom bait, I think. I don't think they feed him properly, to be honest with you. I think it's just odd strays, what are just fucking nibbling down. But I'm gonna get another couple of hours, then I'll be packing up. I'm gonna see if our lass is doing out tomorrow with Baba. If she is, then I'll just come down again for a couple more hours. But other than that, I don't know what to do. I might be coming down here Sunday. Depends, I might go somewhere else. Just try and catch a bite, get a bite. Might go down to my local farm ponds. Try and swindle some nice tension shit out. But yeah, they've started mowing now, so I shall catch you in a bit, boys. In a bit. Yo guys, bad news. Got a tech. Started playing it. Got it through some weed. But yes, I've got it in net. I saw it, then it was fucking Monte. One of biggish ones in Lake. I've never caught it before. I've always wanted to catch it. Bastard. Can't believe it. Up come out, up pull. The load of weed round it as everything, so it must not have had a good hook hold or anything. Or summit across them lines anyway. Oh, but fish are there. I'm getting bites. That's 2 I've lost now. 2. Fucking 2. But I've recasted it a bit further this time. Just past weed. So it's a bit more clear. So I don't know how rig's actually laying on top of weed, so I'm just waiting now. Well, that's wind. Sorry, my land just went right tight, but it's wind. But hopefully I'll get some eventually, because this is taking Michael. But I'll show you my rigs and that in a minute, what I'm actually using. So peace.